All right, so division of polynomials, here we go. Again, I was talking about dividing monomials. And dividing monomials mean you're dividing each term by that monomial and simplifying. We divide and simplify each one, okay? So our example that we have up is we have 4x to the fourth plus 8x squared minus 5x divided by 4x squared. Okay, so when I set this up, I have 4x to the fourth divided by 4x squared plus 8x squared divided by 4x squared minus 5x divided by 4x squared. Okay, what is the rule for when you are dividing powers? What are you doing with them? Subtracting. When you have x over m divided by x to the n, that equals x to the m minus n, right? Do we remember that exponent rule? Okay, so 4 divided by 4 is 1, right? X to the 4th divided by x to the 2 means I'm doing 4 minus 2, which is 2. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Is it necessary for me to write that? I am, just for the fact that you can see it. Minus 5 divided by 4 is 5 over 4. X, cast for the friendly 1 is there. What is 1 minus 2? Negative 1. So that means that it belongs in the denominator. So cleaning this up, my simplified answer would be x squared plus 2 minus 5 over 4x. Okay, if on your homework it asks you to write as a negative power, remember this can also be written as x squared plus 2 minus 5/4 x to the negative 1. If I want to bring a variable out of the denominator, I make its power negative. If I want to make a negative power positive, I put it in the denominator. Do you remember that exponent rule of negative power rule? Okay, so either one of these are acceptable answers. Yes? How do you feel about dividing by a monomial? Because this is the easy part of the lesson. Yes? Okay. All right, now, dividing by polynomials. So, back when you first learned long division, you learned 4 simple steps. You divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. That is the basics of division that you learned at the end of 3rd grade, beginning of 4th grade, okay? Those 4 steps still apply to polynomials, okay? We divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. It just looks different, but it's the same 4 steps for long division. Okay, some teachers taught it as the acronym does McDonald's serve burgers, and that just helps students remember you're dividing, you're multiplying, you subtract, you bring down. Okay, so here we have a polynomial being divided by another polynomial. Okay, it's a polynomial because more than one thing is being added or subtracted, right? So we have 3x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2x minus 4 divided by x minus 2. So my divisor goes on the outside, x minus 2. My dividend goes on the inside, 3x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2x minus 4. And we're going to follow divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Does McDonald's sell burgers? So the first thing you do, it's always based on your leading term. So I'm dividing 3x cubed divided by x. So either in my head or on my paper, I need to write 3x cubed divided by x. What is 3x cubed divided by x? What's 3 divided by 1? 3. What's x cubed divided by x to the 1? X squared. So the first piece of my quotient is 3x squared. After I divide, I'm going to multiply. I multiply my quotient times my divisor. So I'm going to multiply 3x squared times x minus 2. The product of that is going to go underneath my current dividend. I think I'm saying those words backwards. I'll figure out later. 3x squared times x is 3x cubed. 3x squared times negative 2 is negative 6x squared. Okay. After I multiply, then it says to subtract. When you are subtracting polynomials, that means that you're changing their signs. So this is going to become negative. This becomes a positive. We change the sign and combine. That's what step 3 is. Okay, so we change signs and combine. So now combining, these cancel out. Combining, this becomes 3x squared minus 2x minus 4. Because we subtract, then we bring down. And then you repeat the process again. So now I'm on to the next one. I'm going to do it again. I ask myself, what is 3x squared divided by x? If I can't ask myself mentally, I'm going to write it out. 3x squared divided by x gives me 3x. So the next piece of my quotient is positive 3x. After I divide, I'm going to multiply my quotient, piece of my quotient, times my divisor. So we have 3x times x minus 2. And the product of that is going to be 3x squared minus 6x. Now we're at step 3, where we subtract, which means that we're going to change signs and combine. So I change my signs, and then I combine. Negative 2x and 6x makes 4x. And then I'm going to repeat the process again until I can't no more. So I divide 4x divided by x gives me 4. After I divide, then I'm going to multiply. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. We combine, we subtract, combine, and I'm left with positive 4 as my remainder. So here's my quotient, and my remainder is 4 over x minus 2. And that is how we divide. We will continue this on Tuesday.